जयपुर वाया कोटा।
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत.
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೈ ಚೆನ್ನೈ ರೇಣುಗು ತಿರುಚಿರಾಪಳ್ಳಿ
Hyderabad को 50 एक्सप्रेस पॉलोबोटी स्टेशन नेताजी भवन कृपया ध्यान दो.
I'll tell you how I used to be in school. I used to sleep for about 7 periods out of the 8. And in the 8th one, I used to wake up and go, come on, everybody, let's have some fun, hang from the fan, break stuff, throw chalk at everybody. This is pretty much what has happened with the first game of today. It was pretty much sleeping and snoozing for 38 of the 40 overs. In the last 2 overs, you look up and Lucknow, who needed 56 of the last 10 overs with 9 wickets in hand, looked like they'd do it with their hands in their pockets, strolling in the park, whistling a happy tune, eating ice cream perhaps. Managed to get to, what was it, 12 of the last over?
Yes, I think it was 12, 13. Yeah.
Managed to get to 12 of the last over and then lost 4 wickets in 4 balls. At this time, they need 8 runs of 1 ball. What is it, dot ball? Well, that's it. They have won the game. Gujarat has won this game, woken up in the last 2 overs and just snatched it out of Lucknow's hands, picked up those 2 points and created a log jam at the top of the table with 8 points. Well, I tell you what didn't wake up was this pitch. Pitch refused to wake up all through the day. But we are bright awake now. I'm Gaurav Kapur. With me, Michael Vaughan and Lisa Sthalekar on Cricbuzz Live. Geez, that's my reaction. My reaction to those last 2 overs is a very eloquent reaction.
Hey, the pitch was active for the first 15 overs. You know, KL Rahul, he played great in the power play with Mares. They got off to a flyer. Great combination, bringing Kunal Pandya at number 3, left hand, right hand. They were strolling it. They were absolutely strolling it. And then Noor Ahmed bowled an over. He gets a wicket and he just started to, and you could just see
Puran, Nicholas Puran.
Puran played that big slow. He had to try and hit a boundary, chewed up a few balls, and you could just sense it. And then it was down to KL Rahul. And once you've taken that much time and you've batted the in, you've got to see it through.
Yeah.
You have to see it through, and you just couldn't get it away towards it. Brilliant bowling. And I thought Hardik Pandya as a captain, he showed his salt today because he got them together. They were poor in the field. They dropped a couple of chances, and you saw them in a huddle, and he was giving them plenty. You know, I've never seen it. He gave them
in
plenty.
The strategic timeout,
and suddenly, I don't know whether that worked or not, but suddenly the bowling was better. The fielding was a little bit more alive. He takes that high ball from Puran. Brilliant. You win titles on performances like that. You end up going all the way. When you can come over that, on the back of losing against Rajasthan in a game that they should have won, to now come and win that game, that's a huge win for Gujarat.
This is the Gujarat of 2022. This is what they did. Games that you felt they had no chance of winning, they would come and just pluck the victory out of nowhere. And today, of course, Lisa, we're going to celebrate Gujarat's win. We're going to get to in a second to how Lucknow completely botched this. But just a word on Noor's over. I think that was the 17th. And then Mohit Sharma, 18th and 20th. Look at this guy, right? Played cricket for India, was an integral part of a lot of teams, played for Chennai, then plays the 22 season as a net bowler. Nobody picks him at the auction. He plays as a net bowler, does not lose his confidence, does not lose his mind, gets picked in the auction for 23. And look what he's done at a crunch time, Lisa, for his team.
Yeah, really important captaincy from Hardik Pandya. I saw the team huddle as well that Vaughan was talking about. It was different because he normally smiles. But in terms of just his captaincy to also then turn to Noor Ahmed. Now, remember the last game, I think he bowled the last over and it was a tight over. So just strategically using players at different times to build their confidence. And then the following game, they normally back up and perform really well. So Noor Ahmed is a prime example. And then you go back to your senior campaigners, Mohammad Shami and Mohit Sharma, don't you? Just to bowl it out, to get the job done, because that's what they have always been able to do for such a long period of time, regardless how long it has been between drinks, especially for Mohit Sharma. But look at the economy rates under the pump. You know, for such a senior campaigner, just went to, this is what I need to do. This is where I need to bowl. I think the wicket of KL, he kind of had his heads in his hands. So I wasn't sure if he was happy with his execution or he was just thankful it went into hands. But, that's what you want. You need a good mix of youth, which you got with Noor Ahmed, only 18 years of age. And then with Mohammad Shami and Mohit Shami, you have that experienced campaigners. And he utilised everyone across the board exceptionally well.
Yeah, we've always said that it's a great bowling attack that's going to win you the tournament. And I think another plus for them, Michael, today, which is a silver lining to a dark cloud, is the fact that they've won it on back of a great bowling performance without any contribution from their kingpin, from their linchpin, Rashid Khan. So that's a compliment, right? That even when your senior most and the guy you lean on the most has not checked in, you still get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, Lisa mentioned at the halfway house about Bijnoor bowling a bit quicker, and he went for 49. And the senior pro in the kind of spin department of both sides didn't learn. He bowled quite quickly, and he got dispatched. So it just shows that these guys are humans. I just look at KL Rahul and quite a lot of Indian players. They don't have the ramp against the seamers.
Yeah.
They don't have the ability to get down and scoop over short final or short third. Now, if they're going to win the World Cup in a few months' time, they may do on spinning wickets, but if you're on normal wickets and you've got bowlers bowling against you at the death who know they can get the Yorker, and if they get the Yorker in, no one's going to go down and paddle over the keeper's head or past short fine, it really helps you as a fielding side. And I thought when you watch KL trying to hit at the end, the ball's tailing in and he didn't have that option, it was more and more difficult. If you show the bowler that option, then the bowler's run up thinking, is he going to get down to sweep?
Yeah.
When's it coming? So you're just putting a little bit of doubt in the bowler's mind. Without that, you speak to any bowler, if you've got someone batting at the end in this era who can't do the ramp shot, they love it because you can set your field more in front of square on the onside, more in front of square on the offside, and you just fire in the Yorker. And those slow balls, you see, the likes of Butler and co. The slow ball doesn't matter. You just play I call it the frying pan shot, and they frying pan it over the keeper's head to the slow ball. Indian players have got Surya Kumar can play it, Rishabh Pant can play it. Other than that, I don't see too many Indian players play that ramp shot. They have to bring it into their armoury if they want to be a huge success going forward in white ball cricket.
Yeah, talking about not recovering from, or rather a win being more than a win, is for Gujarat in this game for sure. And a loss being more than just a loss. Lisa, you'd have to say that Lucknow will look at the batters will look at themselves and go, we should have walked this home in the 18th over. And this is a big lapse that we haven't.
Yeah, they should have. And it's funny because KL Rahul did what everyone was hoping he'd do. And he actually came out of the blocks really hard. And so they had a really good opening partnership between the two of them. And then they just weren't able to continue to get the scoreboard ticking along and ate up a lot of balls. And even when we had the fall of wickets, if they could bring that graphic up again, you saw there was a period of time, I think, between Krunal Pandya and Nicholas Puran. Yeah, there was like almost 2 overs.
There's 14 deliveries and only 4 runs.
Yeah. So, even that, when you've lost only your second wicket, you got to keep going. Even those little moments just all of a sudden give a team like Gujarat a real big sniff. The door is slightly open and they're like, okay, here we go. This is going to be hard for anyone new coming in. So it's really important that they should have been able to at least get up the other end, to keep it at least going to ones at least. But that didn't happen, and that allowed Gujarat to build some dot ball, get some momentum, and then everything and everyone was looking at KL to actually do the job. And he wasn't far off, to be honest. So, I mean, still credit to him with how he played. But, as a skipper and as a senior batter within the side, he'll be bitterly disappointed that he didn't get his team across the line.
Just to round that up, 53 in the power play. When that wicket fell that we're talking about, Krunal Pandya, it was 106 for 2 at 14.3, which means they needed 30 runs to win in 33 balls with 8 wickets in hand. After that, if you lose by 7, well, I'll tell you, if you are a Lucknow batter and if you see Gautam Gambhir and Andy Flower standing that side, you go here and catch a taxi back home, right? Because don't want to be in the team bus with them after this. All right. Well, this has been a super exciting game. We love it. These are the kind of games we love. And I have to say, because I bear witness, is that Michael Vaughan and Lisa Sthalekar both said, don't give up on this 135 game. right? Because this could go down right till the end. This could be what I call a spicy meatball.
But Gav, just go back to Hardick's innings in the first innings, where he just stayed in the game.
You were right.
The
genius. You called it.
But when you're a good team, you can play like that. When you know you've got enough tools to be able to put the opposition under pressure with the ball in hand. Not all teams are as good as Gujarat. But the captain deserves a huge amount of credit. First and foremost, the way they batted, but the way that he operated his fielders, and the way that he motivated that huddle. I don't know what he said, but he was pointing the finger. I like him pointing the finger. Not seen it before.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. All right, let's move to the second game because this one's happening at Wankhade, so I can tell you this is also going to be a 135 game, but in 10 overs. And then the next 10 could get another 130 because that's what happens there. Mumbai playing Punjab. Mumbai's won the toss. And hey, anyone want to guess what they're doing? Anybody? Anybody? Yeah, everybody? Yes, they are bowling first.
Bowling.
No surprises. Let's have a look at their starting 11. And hey, there's some good news for you Mumbai fans. Jofra Archer is back in. So
that's good.
Sorry, he's going to be playing. New ball perhaps shared with Jason Behrendorff or Arjun Tendulkar. Young Arjun Tendulkar gets another game in, which is great. The veteran Piyush Chawla for their bowling. Ritik Shaukin can also bowl. And I didn't learn it. Bring it back. I was going the other way with the bowlers here. Cameron Green can bowl. Tilak Verma can bowl a bit as well. But otherwise, the rest of the batting stays the same. This is a very solid batting lineup. And let's be real here. The batting lineup, the batting is more solid, Michael. The batters have to win them the game. But with Jofra Archer coming in, suddenly the batters can go, all right, hang on. We've got some bowling support here.
Yeah, but the bowlers have done well in the last few games.
Yeah.
You know, look at Arjun in the last game. He saw them home in that last over. You know, I don't see them having the best bowling attack in the tournament, but I don't think it's too bad. And Jofra's coming back off the back of a couple of weeks rest. He's obviously fine. I saw his interview the other day where he said he just wants to be well and back bowling. And when he feels good in himself, he feels that he can bowl fast. So that's great to see him back. But, you know, he's under a bit of pressure because his team have been winning and they've thrown him back in. You know, the bowlers that have been playing have been doing well to get the Mumbai Indians over the line. But when you look at that batting lineup, pretty much a full powerhouse of Indian players. And then you've got the two Aussies in Green and Tim David who can hit it out the Wankhade. They hit it into the sea. They just whack it miles. That is as good a batting lineup as we can see in the IPL this year. Yeah,
let's have a look at the Punjab 11 as well. While Jofra Archer has come in for Mumbai, Kagiso Rabada still not fit, so he's not in. He's not even in the impact subs because that would have meant that they can bring him in because they're only starting with 3 foreigners. No captain Shikhar Dhawan as well. So they're missing 2 very seasoned campaigners. Meanwhile, at the top, there's Atharva Taide. Prabh Simran Singh comes in for this game. Matthew Short, Liam Livingston, who I believe Michael met earlier today at an undisclosed location. Jitesh Sharma, the wicketkeeper. Sam Curran, captain. Harpreet Singh Bhatia. Shah Rukh Khan, Harpreet Brar, Rahul Sher, and Arshdeep Singh. They, of course, are going to be batting first. So, yeah, this... at least it's strange, right? I mean, obviously they'll miss Shikhar Dhawan because he's kind of been the glue for their batting performances. Prabh Simran's good as well. But this batting lineup somehow just seems to be just like there and thereabouts, but that magic, they're just not coming together.
Yeah, they just haven't quite clicked, have they? And when you take Shikhar Dhawan out of the playing 11 and you think of his first 3 scores, I think it was 225 runs he was able to put on the board. I mean, you lose him, then you're kind of searching for someone else to kind of stand up. And while Prabman Singh has actually done well at the top, I think they need a little bit more from, you know, someone like a Matt Short, certainly Liam Livingston, because Matt Short, it's his first IPL. And then even Sam Curran, I think he could probably provide just a little bit more with the bat, which will allow them to feel a little bit more comfortable at the top. But yeah, they're kind of searching for runs and they're trying to get people going because they just haven't been able to do it consistently apart from the skipper.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on Sam Curran, of course, the most expensive player to go in the auction. He's got bowling duties, batting duties, and now he's captaining as well. And Michael, as they would call him in your neck of the woods, he's all but a wee lad.
He's too young to captain. Look at him.
Isn't he? Yeah. He's a schoolboy.
He's tremendous. He's
still 16, isn't he?
I don't even think he's that old. I think he's a tremendous cricketer.
Yeah.
And he's got better and better. His bowling, as you saw in the World Cup last year, he's just he's got all the different skill sets. He can bowl at the start, in the middle, at the end. Now he's becoming a really good death bowler. I do think his batting you can certainly get a bit more out of him. He was a bit sloppy the other day, that run out. He just switched off for that bullet throw from Hasaranga. Matthew Short is a player that should suit this pitch. The Aussies generally like a bit of bounce. The Wankhade is a ground that gets a bit of bounce. That pull shot that he plays could be on offer. I would open with him, actually. I'd give him the chance to open. He's generally been getting in within the first few balls anyway.
Yeah.
So I would throw him up the top, and I'd also put Liam Livingstone up one. I don't think they're going to do that, but that's what I would go if I was Punjab. The problem when you bat first at the Wankhade is, what number do you need?
Yeah, you have no idea.
What do you need? And
I'll tell you, 300.
Well, but this is the problem when you bat first there, is that you probably think that you do need, and you generally do need a big score, but sometimes you can go for that big score too soon and you end up losing 2 or 3 early wickets, and then you end up with a mediocre score. So they've still got to play smart, and I still think it's the kind of ground that if you, say you're 1 off 4, just giving yourself a look, I don't think it's the end of the world there, because you can certainly catch up and go.
Yeah.
It's just giving yourself a few balls to get used to, the little bit of bounces, now and again a bit of swing early in a game at the Wankhade. If you can get through that and then you're in, you can get the 200s easily, but they've just got to be careful that they don't go too hard too soon and they lose a few wickets and you're almost out of the contest.
Yeah, you don't really have to spend too much time reading this pitch, right? Because it plays true, it plays pretty similar, Lisa, because the reason I'm saying that is because Punjab have 2 inexperienced batters at the top of the order. When you have somebody like Shikhar Dhawan, he can play 1 over and tell you this is a 160 pitch or a 210 pitch, right? But with Lisa, with these guys, you can't. But hang on, what do you have? Matthew Short coming out. All right, maybe a little more experience, but still, no Shikhar Dhawan having played here for 20 years.
Yeah, look, I think this type of pitch just suits players to be really free. You get good pace, good carry, you plant the foot, and then you just find the ball with your hands, and you can play with that kind of freedom. And that's what all batters would always want, especially when they're a little bit out of touch, is they need a pitch and fast outfield and the ball flying around, which we know it can at Wankhade. So they can certainly cash in. So I think this might be a pitch that might suit Punjab to really kind of get going from a batting perspective. But with Matt Short, they've obviously listened to Vaughan already.
Yeah, they have. Look at you. It just that's because we are right next to the stadium, so we can pretty much do this and give our thoughts. So just like I'm telling you.
I'll give you a warning. When I had dinner with him today, he said, I haven't hit a 6 this year. I said, if you only played 1 game, he says, yeah, but when I hit 1, I always just want to hit another and another. So if he hits 1 6, get ready. I think he's just going to try and hit 6s.
I'm sending one out right now. I think the pick of the Mumbai bowlers is going to be Piyush Chawla.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A bit of spin, are you?
Yeah. And you? What do you think?
I'm
Pick their bowler. Are you going to go Jofra?
I'm going to go Jofra back.
Predictable.
Yeah, I'm going to go Joff.
It's predictable.
I'm going to go Berendorf.
Nice. Look, we're getting different people from everywhere. And
Well,
for
we're
Punjab,
basically all just backing our own.
yeah. Punjab batters? Come on, Punjab batters.
Punjab batters. I'm going to back the man that had a chicken tikka sandwich for lunch, Liam Livingstone.
Liam Livingstone. Chicken tikka sandwich. Sounds good, actually. And you?
I'm going to go Jitish Sharma.
Jitish Sharma. I like to see Shah Rukh Khan get some runs. They backed him, which is good. That's rare with Punjab because they don't back too many people. They play them 1 or 2 games, chop and change. So they backed him. They paid a lot of money for him in the auction. He showed his chops in domestic cricket, a couple of IPL games as well. Would like to see him get a few big hits in. But in the meanwhile, we're still going to go our score guesses at Wankhade because we've played this game twice today. Did we get it right? We got everything wrong. So
miles off.
So we're going to try to do this. And while they try to figure out what the guesses are, I've got a question. When you were talking about Sam Curran, I've got a joy factor-ish question for people. Tell me what is common between Sam Curran and Boris Becker.
Ooh.
Well, Sam's not been to prison, has he?
Stop it. I mean, I'm sure he's been grounded a few times.
No, he's never been grounded, little Sam.
16.
He's never told anyone to do anything. He's just a lovely kid.
Go to your room. All right, guesses.
Are you going to
tell us the
tell us, by the way?
No, maybe I'll tell you. I don't know. I'll give you a clue. Shall I give you a clue?
Yeah.
The answer is
Yes,
Kevin
please.
Curran. Go figure. You still don't know what the connection is.
Well, it's his dad.
Yeah.
Boris Becker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hit tennis. Oh, no.
Kevin
idea.
Curran was the player Boris Becker beat to win his first Wimbledon title. Not the same Kevin Curran.
Oh.
Not the same. Not the same. Not the Zim cricketer.
No.
All right, guys, score guesses. Come on. Enough chitter chatter. Enough trivia.
Go on, Lisa, you go first.
192.
192.
Oh, we're in for a game.
Go big or go home.
182.
182. Don't go so big and don't go home. I'm gonna go. I think I'll have to go right in the middle. I think I'm gonna go 187. Let's stack it up. Stack him, rack him, and
Okay.
pack him. It's time for us to go now. Pack up. It's time for us to go now. We're going to see you at the end of the 10th over with Cricbuzz Combox. So do join us then. I think we're still buzzing with the excitement of that Gujarat Lucknow game. And we have a feeling that this one is going to give us some Saturday night fever. I'm talking like Danny Morrison now. Better go take my medication. Take care. See you soon.
Jaipur via Kota,
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೇ ಚೆನ್ನೈ ಬೆಳಂಗೂರಿನಿಂದ ತಿರುಚಿರಾಪಳ್ಳಿ
Hyderabad Superfast Express Polobosi Station Netaji Bhavan कृपया ध्यान दें